Like I thought that the video that I posted last time just about my my recent history with job stuff might be the most like not hot take, but like kind of hot button thing I'd ever comment on. And then yesterday happens, and in the United States of America, a man is shot for the crime of speaking his opinion publicly. That is so fucking insane to me. Like, that's the kind of stuff that when I was young, you would hear about happening in some like shithole third world country. That's not the kind of thing that happened here in the US. I mean, they, tried assassinating Trump several times. Unfortunately, all those assassinations failed, but somebody successfully killed Charlie Kirk yesterday. I'm sure you guys have heard. It's been all over the news. I honestly went to bed like genuinely sad about this. And I want to be clear about things. I didn't agree with everything that all of Charlie Kirk's positions. Like, I agree with a lot of them, but there were things where, if I ever had a chance to meet the guy, I would have definitely politely disagreed. I'll save those opinions because it really doesn't matter. It's nothing massive, but like, we wouldn't have been 100% on board, but I think we would have been more or less on the same side of like the political / moral dilemma. And like the fact that like some people are like cheering, like the seemingly endless number of videos, tweets, people on the side of the road holding signs, like kind of cheering that this guy is dead. I am just absolutely disgusted by that. That someone would actually be happy about that. That someone would be glad that a father who loved his wife, who had 2 children, and his daughter was 10 feet away from him when this happened. She is absolutely never going to forget that day. That kid is scarred for life. And the fact that people would ever be happy about that is both like equal parts disgusting and sad. How did we get here, guys? Seriously, what the fuck went wrong? We were supposed to be better than this as a country, as a people. Like we used to be okay with disagreeing with each other. Like, what went wrong? I think I know the answer to part of this. I certainly don't have all the answers here. And I think like historians and economists and everybody else like are going to be probably analyzing this forever, trying to figure out. They're going to teach this when my 10-month-old is of school age, like, probably by the time he's in high school, like they're going to be teaching him about this stuff. It's just the stuff I've seen. It's just so fucking crazy to me. Like all of it. I feel fucking sick to my stomach. Like, I'm not even being hyperbolic when I say that, guys. Like, this feeling that I have in my stomach, it's just like, it's sickening. It truly is. Like, every part of this is sickening to me. And some of the comments coming out of the political commentators and stuff, and just kind of random people on social media, it's like, this is scary, guys. This really is. We should all be very afraid of the direction that this is heading, because this is not, I don't think this is going to end well, guys. People are going to die on both sides of the political spectrum. This is not the end of this. This is the beginning. This is, in my opinion, guys, the conservatives essentially won the culture war in November with the elections. And I think yesterday will probably go down in history as the beginning of the second U.S. Civil War. And I'm not talking about it being like the first Civil War, where you have like armies meeting on a battlefield to fight. Guys, that's not what happens in war anymore. Like when you look at civil wars that happen like in other parts of the world, it doesn't look like that. It's, you know, people walking down the street to a grocery store that they went to like last week, and you know, this time it has like bullet holes in the window, but you know, life is still going on even though that there's a war. Like it's going to be not necessarily exactly that, but something in the vicinity of that. There's going to be protests, there's going to be clashes, there's going to be people getting shot, there's going to be people going to jail. Like there's going to be a lot of bad stuff happening here, guys. This does not end well. Like I'm just, you know, I've touched on this like here and there on things like Dirt Flicks, where I've been pretty vocal, I guess, about like where I fall on the political spectrum. Like for the record, guys, I don't really consider myself a Republican or a Democrat. Like I'm kind of neither. Like, I mean, if you want to know who I voted for Trump last time. I have no problem saying that. But like, as far as where I'm at, like civil libertarian is how I would qualify myself, meaning like a libertarian for the 21st century. So I don't think either party has got it right. But right now, the Republicans are doing a hell of a lot more for the country than the Democrats are. I can tell you that by any measurable means. The Democrats are entirely the problem right now. It doesn't mean the Republicans are perfect. It doesn't mean that they're not making mistakes. They are, but they're making a lot less of them than their opponents. This is just so fucking wild, man. Like, it's just like Charlie was the nice guy, and all these people saying that he's like a hate monger and calling him a neo-Nazi and all this stuff. I went back and forth with this dipshit. I think his name was Steven Hernandez, who apparently, if you're watching this, dude, you're a fucking pussy and a coward, and you're also an idiot. And yes, when I called you mentally ill, I fucking meant it, because you are. And your response to me emphatically proved that. Because when I called you on your bullshit, your response was, Charlie Kirk is also a neo-Nazi, dumbass. Okay, really, smart guy? How many Nazis do you know defend Israel? Because Charlie was one of the loudest voices in the room. And by the way, that's something that Charlie and I disagree on. I'm not for Israel and I'm not for Palestine. Both of those countries can go fuck themselves. Ukraine can go fuck themselves. Russia can go fuck themselves. Any country that's not America right now, I don't wish them ill. I don't wish people to die. I want to make that very clear. But them being in a conflict with another non-US country, I don't give a fuck about you, your country, your family, your people, your political system, your history. I do not care about you at all. I care about my family, my country, and the fact that my country that I love so much is like systematically falling apart. I care about that 100 bajillion times more than I will ever care about your country, your shit. And again, I'm not saying that out of malice. I'm not saying that like I want all the other countries except America to die. I'm simply saying that, guys, I don't have the fucking luxury of caring about that right now, because the country that I live in, where I'm paying taxes and I'm raising my son in, is practically on fire right now. And the fact that anyone in the US political system is giving two shits about any other nation having their fucking microcosm problems compared to what's going on here, it's like worrying about the water pipe bursting in your neighbor's house when your house is on fire. That's so stupid to me. Worry about your own shit first. Your neighbor can handle their own shit. And I'm tired of being quiet about this, guys. So many people claim they're America first. If you're America first and you are on Capitol Hill or any semblance of the US government, and you are in any way talking about aiding another country when we still have so many problems here, you are the fucking problem. You are absolutely the problem. Giving money to other countries, fuck the other countries right now. We are broke. We are at the fucking doorstep of a US civil war. We have the greatest political divide in history. And an innocent man yesterday who has never harmed anyone was shot 10 feet away from his fucking little girl for having an opinion. Not a violent opinion. He didn't call for violence. He's not a racist. He's like none of these things. He got killed for having a fucking opinion that some people didn't agree with. This is America. We're supposed to be disagreeing with each other. That's the benchmark of a functioning system of freedom, is that you can speak your mind in a public space like this. You're not calling for violence. Again, those things are illegal, but just saying like, I don't agree with that, and here's what I think. And he's politely challenging people to come up to the mic and fucking challenge him. And he'd always say like, thank you for coming up and everything. Charlie was the nice guy. He was not the divisive guy. He wasn't the Steven Crowder of the world where he's like, oh, fucking pumped up and firebrand or anything. Charlie was like the sweetheart of that. And they shot him. That's just, that is so crazy to me. That is just, I am in awe of the capabilities of some of these people. And this idea, this defense mechanism that is coming from the left on this, with people saying like, you know, when people on the right, you know, such as me, I'm not, again, I'm a civil libertarian, I'm not a conservative, but like, yes, we do know who the killer was, Jake the Bomb, but sure. Again, fact check me on this, dude, but no, go ahead. All of that information has been released. They're looking for the guy. They found the rifle. They found the bullet casing. The bullet casing was engraved with fucking Antifa and trans right shit. We know which side of the political spectrum this guy is on. And Jack the Bomb actually just perfectly described the problem. Like perfectly described it. This nonsense about like, it was probably a conservative guy. Guys, conservative people are not the problem right now. I'm sorry, but they're not. You can make all the comments you want about like, well, they're KKK. Guys, the conservatives don't back the KKK. We regulate our own people. We don't defend them when they do crazy shit. We call them out. There is no version of reality where the person that shot Charlie Kirk is not left. I'm sorry, but no. And as far as statistics don't lie, what statistics are you quoting, Jack the Bomb? How many more school shooters that are trans or left-leaning, like, I don't know, in the last year, how many more times does that have to happen before you're willing to accept that we have a very bad problem here and it's not on the right side of the political equation? Again, they are not perfect. I am not saying that the Republicans are saints. They are not at all, which is why I don't affiliate with that party. Again, civil libertarian. I will die on that fucking hill, brothers and sisters. But they're not out there doing this stuff. They're not out there burning cities down. They are not assassinating political opponents. They are doing 0% of that. 100% of that is on the left. And the fact that people are arguing that, and you wonder why we call liberalism a cult? Because you're proving us right by doing this. The machinations of a cult are, you are a victim of hive mind thinking, where you are essentially told what to think by a central body, kind of like the liberal media, and that anyone that questions that, you label a racist, hate monger, etc. You're unwilling to accept the fact that you could be wrong, and you're unwilling to change your opinion when you're presented with facts. That is the definition of a cult, and that absolutely fits the current definition of the Democratic Party. It didn't used to. This isn't the boomercrats, guys. My mother was a Democrat in the 60s. She kind of still is to this day. But I mean, she was protesting the Vietnam War, which I agree with, for the record. I'm proud of my mother for doing that. This is the Democrats from that era is not the Democrats of now. This is an entirely different group of people. Okay, you hate the them versus us mentality. Okay, well, that's where we're going to have to agree to disagree, Jack the Bomb. Because there absolutely is a them and an us right now. There is the people that hate America, like the people that, like the person that shot Charlie Kirk, I would say has a very big problem with the way America works. And there's the people that love America. So there is a them and an us. And I know you probably thought I was going to say Republicans and Democrats. No. No. So, no. Not where I was going with this. But let me stay on topic here. I'm going to quote Phil Labonte of All That Remains. He's a regular on Tim Pool's podcast. He said a few months ago that with the direction that the left is going politically, there is no off-ramp. And I didn't think much of it at the time because he just said it kind of off the cuff. You know, he wasn't trying to say something profound. But the more I think about it, the more I think he's correct. Like there is no turnaround to this. There is no course correction for this. Like this isn't, you know, a party kind of going slightly off kilter and, you know, kind of forgetting who their base is. This is a group going down a very dark path for which there is no return. Like we are, in my opinion, guys, we are watching the destruction of the Democratic Party in slow motion. Like that's, and I'm not exactly like giddy about that. I'm like, not really. Like, I mean, it's like, am I sad that the people backing these insane ideologies, like trans nonsense, like am I sad that any of those people are being held to account and people are waking up and being like, you're crazy as fuck? No, I'm not sad about that. But the parties used to be a checks and balance system. Like it was like a yin and a yang where, okay, you just proved who you